All right, my man, let's talk Nate Pearson here. Now, obviously, you've been working with Nate since he was 14. Uh,
Right.
With Nate, you say he's cutting himself off. Are you just talking about like mechanics and his stride or
Yes,
his?
yes, yes. It's so important. I mean, I would say you have no idea, but you have an idea. Mechanics are important. I mean, it's not just arm strength, but your body is designed to do a certain thing. However you're throwing mechanics go, right? And there's pitching gurus out there, and they talk about shortening everything up, cleaning up the arm, doing this, doing that. Well, if you shorten an arm path, you shorten a stride. If you shorten the stride, you can break the kinetic chain that's going down the mound. And if you watch Nate pitch, if I sent you video to how he used to pitch, you would see the 6'6" guy stay really tall at the beginning, stay on his backside, and then drive way down the mound and get that release point way out there like Ordolis Chapman. Ordolis Chapman, it's not just that he throws hard, but his stride is 7 feet long. Like he looks like he's literally stepping on your toes and then throwing a fastball.
Yeah.
Nate used to be just like that. Now, if you go back and watch film on Nate, you'll see him land kind of short, and then his finish is kind of violent. We're going to smooth that out.
Well,
he has spent so much time with that biomechanic stuff. I'm sure he's just mixed everything.
It's too much information.
Yeah.
Here's what young players learn. Somebody's texting the piss out of me. Here's what young players learn. You can look at all the biomechanical stuff you want, and your numbers can be astronomical. But if your dumbass cannot get somebody out, nobody's going to care. Once you're at the big league level, you really honestly should focus on your ability to get guys out, not what you're doing spin rate wise, biomechanically, and all that stuff. Nobody gives a shit about that anymore. The Toronto Blue Jays don't care what Nate Pearson's spin rate is. If he goes out there, throws 102, snaps off a breaking ball, and strikes everybody out.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
And his spinner, let's say Nate's spin rate's 2,100 on his curveball, and he strikes out the side on 3 curveballs. Nobody's going to give a shit. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Okay. Let's say his spin rate is 3,200 on his breaking ball, and he can't locate it.
Same.
Now all of a sudden, we got a problem.
Yeah.
We got a problem because we can't put you out in the game. So when you that's why the mechanical stuff is so important. Hey, listen, I get it, the time that we're in, and I get it. These guys are smart and blah blah blah, right? But they haven't thrown a ball off a mound, and when you're out there in Toronto and you're on the mound and you're facing down somebody, you're facing Giancarlo Stanton or whoever else you're facing. Hey, you got to locate. You got to locate. If your body's not allowing you to locate, you're not going to get away with it very, very often. The hitters at the big league level are really freaking good. So you have to hone your skill and start to learn how to locate. You just can't throw stuff down there with movement and go, okay, I don't need to worry about location. So that's where the rubber kind of meets the road on all the biomechanical stuff. You could do everything biomechanically and look good, but if you're not able to locate because of something you're doing wrong, it ain't gonna matter. And teams, you're a first round draft pick 5 years ago. You're a first round draft pick 5 years ago. They have 5 first round guys. Oh, by the way, Manoah's doing pretty good. I looked at the AAA earlier, and I love Nate with all my heart. And I watched him struggle, and I watched this kid Manoah pitching his ass off, and I was like, Nate's going to be in AAA all year. This kid's going to the big leagues, man, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So, Nate's got to get back and get a bunch of people out of his ear and get back to who he was. I'll tell you what, and I'll never forget his name. When I signed with the Baltimore Orioles in 1987. This is a long ass time ago. The scout at my table was a guy named Fay Thompson. And he looked at me and he goes, I'm going to tell you something right now, and I don't want you to ever forget it. And I said, okay, what? And I'm some long haired, mustache wearing, cocky ass college guy that thinks I'm going to go to the big leagues in a year and all this stupid stuff. He goes, when you sign, everybody's going to want to put their stamp on you and change you. He goes, don't. He goes, we're signing. You're a 3rd-round draft pick. You're an All-American. He goes, do you think that we think you're good enough to go to the big leagues just like you are? And I said, I hope so. And he goes, well, then don't change. He goes, everybody's going to want to do something. They're going to tinker with you. They're going to mess with you. He goes, until you fail, don't change anything. And that sucker was absolutely right.
That's great advice.
That makes so much sense too, that a pitching coach or any sort of a coach would want to say, no, the reason this guy's successful is because of the advice
of me.
I gave him.
Yeah.
Wild.
Anthony, you're always so generous with your time. Thank you so much. Do you have enough in you for one more question here?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still looking. I got like one sip of coffee. You guys, we talked so long, my coffee's cold.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
that's perfect. Yeah, here we go. Sorry, Scott. Before you jump in there, I just want to say about Nate Pearson. As a Blue Jays fan, I don't know how else to say how excited I am to hear that he's going to be back to working with you this offseason. I mean, you've been coaching him for a decade at this point.
Yeah.
You know him better than anyone. I'm just so excited to have him get back to you.
It really is, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, selfishly, I'll tell you too. I'm excited too because I love that kid with all my heart. He is, of all the kids I've coached, and I've coached a bunch of kids, and again, people that are watching a podcast, they have no idea who I am with these kids because I don't throw them out on social media. I choose to be quiet in who I train and how I train them and what we do. And honestly, my job is more of a mentor than a pitching coach. And it's just to try and help kids stay true to who they are and try and guide them because when I'm looking at a kid like Nate, right? Here's what I tell the kids. Do you know why? Here's why I'm good at this. I'm good at this for 2 reasons. The first one is I believe with all my heart God has me anointed to do this kind of training. I just believe in all my heart that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. The other reason is I've already done it the wrong way. I already know how not to do it. Everything you do wrong in the big leagues, I've already done it wrong. Like I know what not to do. So when I say that, what I mean is I know the bumps and bruises you're about to take. I know what's going to happen when everybody gets in your ear. I know what could possibly happen if you go too far one way or the other. There's analytical data that's very important. We had analytical data when I was playing. We just didn't have it on our iPads. We had it on sheets of paper. Analytical data is super important. But getting guys out and learning your craft is absolutely the most important. It doesn't matter how you get them out. It matters that you get them out. And, I played with 7 teams, so I know what happens when you do something and you're not a star. You get to move on. And I don't want these kids to have to experience that kind of stuff. So, when it comes to Nate and other guys, I'm going to spend all offseason trying to get Nate away from some of that stuff and back to who he really is. And if it happens, he is going to go to Toronto next year, and you guys are going to be absolutely blown away at what he can accomplish because he's going to be freaking good.